What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video, liking the content, sharing the content, helping me spread this red pill message. Thank you guys. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. Hope you guys enjoy this as well. If you want to stick around and watch more videos, hit that subscribe button. This shirt applies so freaking well to the story we're about to talk about today. The title of this article, at least, that I'm going to read and then the video I'm going to play is Convicted Killers in Millionaire's Love Triangle Murder Case Maintain Innocence. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty wild story that involves a woman who she wants to have her cake and eat it too, okay? The TLDR is she wants to have her cake and be married to a multi-millionaire, older guy that she's not very sexually attracted to. But at the same time, she wants to have fun on the side with the alpha physical type, all right? The Chad, the type of Chad guy. But her greed and her, she's not patient, I should say, to wait for her beta male provider husband, who's the older millionaire guy, to eventually just pass on. So she has to speed up that process by killing him, okay? By getting rid of him. And she does so by manipulating this younger guy on the side who, instead of having peace in his life, chose this thing over peace. So he flipped those around, okay? He flipped those around. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. Because a lot of you young guys, you know, you get lost in the sauce. And it's like, you don't realize you have all these years ahead of you. And this woman is out of her mind and she doesn't know what she wants. She's emotional. She's here. She's there. She doesn't know which guy to choose because you have to be, as the man, in charge of being the logical one and making the logical decisions. And if you don't, and if you are not in control of this thing down here, you are going to get caught up and lost in the sauce as well. And you might end up doing something like this young guy did, unfortunately. And now he's serving a life sentence with this chick who really just, you know, she used both these men as pawns in her life. And there's a lot of lessons we can learn from the story. So no further ado, I'm going to play the video at the top first, and then I'll read the article, skim through it really quickly, and just give you guys my thoughts on it as well. There's a lot to be learned from this. So with no further ado, let's listen to it.
At the same time that she is actually engaged to Bill McLaughlin, but Eric apparently doesn't know any of this.
What was the relationship between it and Bill? From what I gathered, it was kind of a mentor, almost like a father-daughter type thing, like a mentor.
So you didn't see this romantic relationship or a boyfriend-girlfriend?
No, I didn't.
It's odd because she tells Eric that she's living with Bill McLaughlin and sharing a house strictly as business partners, but there's no connection between them romantically, and this is at a time when they were engaged, her and Bill.
Why didn't you tell her?
Because I didn't.
You can tell me.
I never thought about it. I just, because he wouldn't like that. That's why. I mean, you know.
Did Bill and Eric know about each other?
Well, yes, Eric knew about Bill, and Bill knew that Eric was my friend. He didn't know we were having an affair because he knew that we worked out together and stuff.
When I spoke with her recently, Nanette admitted that she was cheating on Bill, but back in the 90s, she told detectives that she and Bill had an arrangement.
Is there an understanding between you and Bill? You could date younger guys on the side, just don't embarrass me, and if I need
Kind of unspoken.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the most intense romantically, but I did love him, and he was a good man, and he was good to my children, and I would never have killed him, and probably would still be with him today if he were alive.
Do you see, guys, and we're going to dive into the article, do you see how she, now that she's older and she realizes she can't have her cake and eat it too, and she hit the wall, she can't get a Bill anymore. She can't get a high value in the sense of, you know, beta male provider type of guy anymore that she once had, that actually loved her and cared for her for who she was. But now that she can't use her looks to step out on him and to have her cake and have her fun on the side with the alpha guys, then come back to Bill because she knows that Bill is a stable provider. Now she wants Bill to come back, and now she regrets her decision because she got old, got dry, got loose, and she can't run around like she used to. She can't do the things she used to do. And now she regrets it. And this is what we see a lot of times with a lot of these older women that end up being wine box cat ladies. They regret those decisions later on now that they have the 12 cats around them in a vacant house, and they're lonely and they're eating canned soup because they had the opportunity, all these guys, when they were younger, and instead of just settling down with one of the guys that cared for them, that was taking care, that actually genuinely appreciated them, they wanted to have their fun on the side, and they never took that guy very seriously. And this is what a lot of women don't realize. This is your future right here. Maybe not in prison like her, but you will regret passing up on that good man that was once there for you. All right? So I just want to make that clear. The only reason she's saying that is because she's old and she doesn't have the options that she used to have where she can go find a Bill like that anymore. She would not be saying that if she could still do that. All right, so let's read the article. Nanette Packard, who was convicted of directing her ex-NFL lover to kill her millionaire fiance, told ABC in an exclusive interview that she still carries a lot of guilt over what happened. Had I not been having an affair, Bill would still be alive, Packard said. I feel that way. She and a former NFL linebacker, Eric Naposki, have spent nearly a decade behind bars as convicted cares, serving life sentences without the possibility of parole for the M of Bill McLaughlin. Sorry guys, I do have to be careful because it's YouTube, so I can't say certain words. Both deny having an involvement in his passing. I don't know for sure who ended McLaughlin, Packard said. I never felt like Eric did it. I couldn't say that Eric did it for sure. I don't know that. He never said that to me. Packard met Naposki in the early 90s at a gym. Naposki, who had once played for the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts, had left professional sports by then and was living in California, where he worked as a security guard for a nightclub and worked as a bodyguard on the side. Super Chad jobs, if you ask me. The two eventually started seeing each other romantically, even though Packard, who was then a mother of two in her early 20s, was already in a relationship with McLaughlin. He was an entrepreneur 30 years her senior who had made millions off of a medical device invention. Once again, guys, this is making up to be 30 years her senior, multi-millionaire entrepreneur. Looks like a beta male provider to me because I don't think this guy has game. Packard was living with McLaughlin in Newport Beach, California, in a luxurious home located in a wealthy gated community. However, she told Naposki that she and McLaughlin were just business partners. So she told this guy that she met at the gym, the Chad guy, that, oh, don't worry about this guy that's living with me. He's just my business partner. Don't worry about him. I can keep smashing me because, you know, we're just business partners. He won't even know. But no, you can't come over to the house. You just got to smash me in the parking lot at the gym. Eric knew about Bill, and Bill knew that Eric was my friend. Bill didn't know we were having an affair, Packard said. She said she met McLaughlin, a father of three, through a personal ad he posted in the Penny Saver. Maybe it wasn't the most intense relationship romantically. See that right there, guys? But I did love him, Packard said of McLaughlin. He was a good man, and he was good to my children, and I would never have ended him, and I'd probably would still be with him today if he were alive because I had no reason. Look at that, guys. Oh my God, this is such a powerful statement for guys that understand the red pill talking points in this side of the internet. He wasn't the most intense romantically, but I did love him. So he's not an alpha Fucks, but he's a beta bucks, okay? He's the provider. He doesn't turn her on himself physically, which is why I tell you guys, if you're going to choose one, if you're going to choose to either be financially attractive or physically attractive, you want to choose the physically attractive one. You want to be physically attractive to that woman or the women that you're dealing with. Because if you are in a perfect world, you want to be both. But if there's a difference when I'm talking about when a woman finds you physically attractive, she just wants to give you that good, okay? You know what I mean? She really just wants to please you, keep you around. She's just in love with you. She'll be biting your body, biting your muscles, I can't go into detail, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But when she finds you financially attractive, she's just like trying to get the job done, all right? It's missionary Mondays, missionary birthdays, and Valentine's only, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, it sounds like this guy's in that position. He's 30 years her senior. He found her through an ad, okay? So he's probably one of those guys, and I don't know this guy personally, but he sounds like a guy that has no game, ran into a lot of money, was kind of a nerdy guy in school, and, nothing against that, but this is what happens a lot of times when you don't have game and you can only attract women with your resources. McLaughlin was 55 years old when he was shot 6 times in the chest by an intruder while he sat in his kitchen table on December 15, 1994. Authorities did not make any arrests in the connection to his death until 15 years later, when the investigators re-examined the case. Packard and Naposki were arrested separately during a bi-coastal sting operation in May 2009 on murder charges. By the time of their arrest, Packard and Naposki had gone their separate ways. Packard had gone on to marry twice more and was still living in California. Naposki, meanwhile, had briefly gone back to playing professional American football overseas before returning to the U.S., where he had a fiancée and was living in Connecticut. The prosecutor alleged Packard was the suspected mastermind behind McLaughlin's end, and that she convinced Naposki to end him so that they could collect a substantial sum of money. Prosecutors argue that Packard stood to benefit from McLaughlin's $1 million life insurance policy, $150,000 from his will, and access to his beach house. Oh man, this is terrible. There was reason to suspect Packard. In 1996, she had pleaded guilty to forgery and grand theft after she was accused of forging McLaughlin's name on checks and stealing from his accounts. She served 180 days behind bars. Packard denied the murder charges against her, saying she needed McLaughlin to continue her lifestyle. I only gained money if Bill was alive, she said. Jeez. According to prosecutors, Naposki's story evolved during questioning. He initially lied about owning a 9mm handgun, which was the same kind of weapon used to kill McLaughlin. The single most important piece of evidence that we had against Eric Naposki was the way he lied to the police, said ABC News consultant and former Orange County prosecutor Matt McMurphy, who tried the case. When asked why he lied to police, Naposki told ABC News, "I didn't want to talk about it because if I wasn't at the scene and I wasn't in Newport, then I couldn't have killed the guy even if I had a bazooka." Naposki went to trial and was found guilty on first-degree M in 2011. Afterward, he met with prosecutors and told them Packard had orchestrated a M for hire plot against McLaughlin and the killer had used his gun. Naposki said he was there in the room when they talked about the plot, said author Caitlin Rother, who wrote a book about the case titled I'll Take Care of You. But then he says apparently the killer went behind my back and made arrangements with Nanette, so the two of them planned this. It wasn't me. The way he describes it, he is a co-conspirator in an M case, Murphy added. Even if it was true, the way he describes that, he is still 100% guilty for exactly what he was convicted of. Packard was found guilty in January 2012 of first-degree M and guilty of the special circumstance of committing murder for financial gain. Naposki is serving time at Avenel State Prison in Avenel, California. He said he hasn't spoken to Packard since everything went down. "I didn't end anybody. I'm not a K-er," he said. Packard is serving her sentence at the Central California Women's Facility, training service dogs through a program called Little Angels. These dogs, they just bring me so much healing. She's blah, 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 blah. So she's the mastermind behind ending her husband's life, but she's at a women's facility practicing training dogs? Like, make it make sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. McLaughlin's children, who at one point thought their father's M would never be solved, have tried to move forward. They believe justice was served. Packard and Naposki's lives have been taken away from them, and hopefully they're thinking about what they did. Kim McLaughlin told ABC News, "What I miss most about my father is just having him as a friend, and I know he'd be very proud of us and the choices we're making. And so it's hard not to have him to be able to share that here on earth with him. We miss him dearly." And you know, he does look like a great guy. You know, rest in peace. This is a terrible case. I just want to make that clear. I know I've made jokes while, you know, trying to engage you guys in the story and make this more lighthearted of a hard situation, of a difficult situation. My condolences go out to the McLaughlin family and Bill McLaughlin. You know, he seemed like a great guy, just caught up in, you know, a really sticky web here, and he didn't understand the type of woman he was dealing with, and Nanette Packard, who just used him as a resource, as a beta male provider, while she wanted to have her cake and eat it too on the side. And instead of just being content with doing that to him, which is already an evil thing, wanted to end him early to get more benefits out of him. It's sick, it's disgusting, and this is the reason I wanted to make this video on it, because I want you guys to be aware this can happen to you if you don't understand the type of women you're dealing with. If you're a successful man and you don't have game, if you don't understand female nature, if you are thirsty for punani and looks are the most important thing to you, you beta male, instead of what this woman actually brings to the table, this can happen to you. So if you enjoyed this content, you want this message to be spread, like the video, share the content, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your guys' thoughts on the video. See you guys next time. Peace. I'm gone. Have a good one. Be aware of women like this.